you didn't notice the cleanliness and you didn't notice the dirt. You know what I mean? Like it was just
perfect sweet spot.
Yeah, it was perfect. And
a welcoming level of dirt. Every single useful thing that you need, there's usually a pretty version of it. Like get the pretty wooden spoon, get the pretty toaster, get the pretty wall calendar that reflects your personality.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Eric really likes the glass sliding doors.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
For sure. Like there is nothing like the dopamine rush you get when you like throw a bunch of stuff in a Goodwill box.
Trash day is the best day. A range hood.
We both have microwaves above our stoves.
Yes, that's how classy we are.
That's how classy. Okay, I will sit in my cozy blanket. We are both wearing like the loudest colors you can imagine because we are boycotting winter. We are over it.
Spring pastels.
Yes, we're gonna wear the bright colors.
Yeah.
Bring on spring, right?
But first, the big snowstorm. Please and thank you.
Can you link your shirt? I can link mine. I can link my sweater.
Amazon for the win. It's really cute and it's fun. I don't know how long these things are gonna hold up, but it's comfortable and I like it. So.
Yeah, I look very colorful with the blanket and everything, but I'm cold. What's the condition of your home at the moment today?
Well, Eric is in charge of the boys, so probably trashed.
Yeah.
There was Legos out when I left, so.
I feel like I'm actually on top of it, but I had help this week. My cousin came and watched the kids and did some cleaning and everything so I could get some editing done because we're going on a trip and I wanted to get everything caught up, so.
Well, I feel like.
No shame in hiring help if you have it. And,
yeah. I feel like the general house might look messy right now because the boys have toys out, but I feel like a lot of the drawers are organized. We deep cleaned our closet over Christmas, so I feel like it actually is in a pretty decent state. It just might not look it on the surface at this moment.
My house is the exact opposite. Looks good on the surface, open a drawer, it's like, needs some tender loving care. But anyway, today's topic is going to be all about our homes and loving the home that you got.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's a lot of things in life you can't control. One of them might be the home you're in. Like,
yeah.
It's not like the outfit you pick out for the day. Sometimes you're in a home for a season and there's really nothing you can do about it. So today we're going to discuss how to look at your home with fresh eyes, some practical ways that you can maybe love your home a little bit more, get rid of things that you don't like as much, just to think creatively and put some things in perspective. And just to realize what truly matters. And hopefully when you come away from this, you will love your home, your little corner of the world just a little bit more. And yeah, I think this will be a fun episode. I'm really excited to get into it.
Me too.
So the last Honey I'm Homemaker episode we put out was all about our weddings. And
so fun.
It was so fun. So definitely don't miss that one. You guys will love it. But I wanted to share in that one, and then I forgot my wedding potato recipe that we had at my wedding. Mom got some of her own recipes and had the caterers make those recipes. The recipe I'm going to share with you, don't eat it if you're like lactose intolerant or anything. There's so much cheese in it, bacon. I think there's even cornflake crumbs in it. I forget. It's delicious. I will put it all down below. And it takes a little bit of dicing and chopping, but it's some of the best potatoes you ever have. And whenever I make them, I think of the caterers who had to make enough for like 350 people. And then it feels a little bit like I should stop complaining so much about all the potatoes I have to cook and dice. What about you?
I have been perfecting my maple latte. So
iced or hot?
I do it iced and hot. I was messing around with the ratios with hot latte. So I have an espresso machine. So this is with like double shot of espresso, and then into the milk that I froth, I add maple syrup and maple extract, and that just gives it a little more deep maple flavor, and also a little bit of salt, which just enhances the flavor overall. And then I put all the flavorings right in the milk and then froth everything. And I do not even attempt any latte art. I am so basic. I froth the milk in my mug, move the mug over to the espresso maker, and I just brew the shot right on top of the froth milk and then stir it up. And I don't care how it looks. I really don't, because it's delicious. So
I've had your cold version and it was so good. I think that salt is like key.
Actually, one of you guys shared that with me and on Instagram, I think. And yeah, it was so smart. Like obviously a little salt like will enhance the sweetness and the flavor, and it really does make a difference, especially in the cold ones.
Also, it makes you keep coming back for more because
you're
not quite satisfied. Yeah, exactly. You're thirsty, you want more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's divine. I vouch for you.
Well, thank you. So I was kind of inspired. I asked Megan if we could talk about this. You had mentioned something about it before, and then I spent some time in my neighbor's home when she wasn't there. I was babysitting her kids and my kids at her house. And I was just so inspired by her home, and not because it was like trendy and everything was perfect. Not that it was at all not perfect. It was not because she spent a lot of money on decorations. It wasn't because her kitchen was top of the line trendy. It was because you could tell she decorated with intention. There was personalized decorations, like pictures everywhere. You could just feel the love in her home. I don't know. I think your home reflects your character in a lot of ways because you put yourself into your home. Even like her kid, I was emptying the dishwasher and putting dishes away, and like everything had a spot. Her 5-year-old knew where things went. Like I asked him where does this dish go? And he knew where it went. Like everything had a spot, but it wasn't like, I don't know. She has 6 kids in a relatively small home. So there has to be organization, but it wasn't trendy organization, if you know what I mean.
Like the home
where it like
edit stuff
looks
from
so
Walmart.
good, but like it was so functional, and like clearly she was teaching her kids where things went so that they could also, help and do everything. I was just thoroughly impressed and blessed by her home. Like I could just feel her godly character.
So give us some specifics.
It was Christmas time, so like she had Christmas decorations that I thought they looked really welcoming, and you just got a sense of, just being peaceful.
So was it overly clean, or at least it was very organized?
It was clean, but it wasn't like you didn't feel like you couldn't live. I mean, it wasn't like immaculate. I didn't notice any dirt.
Yes. Like you weren't stressed out just being in
you
there.
didn't notice the cleanliness and you didn't notice the dirt. You know what I mean? Like it was just
a perfect sweet spot.
Yeah, it was perfect. And
a welcoming level of dirt.
I don't remember seeing any dirt. Like Sheila, if you're listening. Anyway, I was just so blessed, and I just kept thinking about it. It was like, I want, if someone comes into my home when I'm not there and is like snooping around, which I tried to be respectful, but I was like in her kitchen drawers.
I mean, you were trying to feed the kids lunch. So.
Right. So I just want them to get that sense of intention and love that she clearly, like, everything she did in her home was to serve her family because she loves them. And like, I just felt that. And it just was a reminder to me that my home is a reflection of my character. When people come into my home, like, because you can tell, like, what do they feel when they walk into my home? Do they feel welcome? Do they feel loved? Or do they feel like they can't sit down because there's junk everywhere? No, I'm just kidding.
Or do they feel like they can't sit down because everything's like a museum and there's like glass figurines?
It's definitely not that, but
no, but I'm saying there's both extremes.
Yes, there is both extremes. And at the same time, I was kind of struggling with my kitchen. There were some things about it that just didn't function very well, and we talked about gutting the whole thing and like reworking the footprint, getting all new cabinets and just like redoing it. But we talked about it and we decided that it just wasn't worth the cost for our house and the location of our house. It just didn't make any sense at all. So we got new lighting. We got someone in to like touch up our cabinets, not refinish them, just basically like professionally clean, and they did some touch up, and we changed the fixtures.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. And like,
and you got some new lighting.
Yes. The lighting was the biggest thing, and it's subtle, but we got some pull out drawers, which makes it function so much better. So
it like inspires you to actually have it organized now.
Right.
It's potentially
it's possible.
Able to be organized.
Yeah, it wasn't really possible before. But
Tupperware drawers, guys, bane of my existence. Anyway, so now you have a nice Tupperware drawer.
Yeah, it is actually very organized. So it just made me be like, okay, this is the kitchen. This is as good as it's going to get. We are rebranding this orange dated kitchen as warm and functional.
A warm brown.
Yes. And you know what? I am happy with it now. And I told Erica, I was like, this is it. That you will hear. There's no more whining about the kitchen. It's done. This is as good as it's going to get, and I love it. So
you just decided that you're going to love it.
That I really do think this whole conversation can be summed up with one word, and that's gratitude.
Yeah.
It's all about an attitude of gratitude, really. I mean, if you think about your home, what does it do for you every day? It provides you shelter for your family. I mean, you might not have a trendy white kitchen like I do not, but your kitchen serves your family every day. You know, And
it's also that I was so excited when Jayna finally was like, I mean, not finally, but I had brought this topic up before, and then I feel like you really jumped on the bandwagon here lately.
Yeah.
But I was so excited when you did, because my word for this year is haven, which is like trying to get that feeling into one word is so impossible. I thought haven is about as close as it can get, like a place of predictability and home when you walk into your house, like your own home, you know, like for my own little nuclear family, you know, getting that feeling of like safety, predictability, belonging. It's
an
admirable thing to try for. Yeah.
And on a practical level, like we did with our kitchen, you can identify the pain points and see what you can do about them. Because sometimes there are things that you can do for, you know, we spent a couple $1,000 and I feel like it was worth it. Identifying the pain points and then saving up, budgeting for the things that you can do for them and fixing it. Or even just on the really small level, making your house smell good, lighting a candle, making it cozy.
Buying a $50 Target rug.
Yeah. Yeah. Like even if you can't have the trendy, cool white kitchen, get some trendy decorations. And I don't know, I love pretty things. So I feel like just a few pretty things sprinkled here and there can just really elevate it. And I think if you have pride in your home and take pride in your decorations and in your furniture or whatever, it really doesn't actually matter what they are. If you're proud of them, I feel like that overflows.
Yeah. Or if maybe you and your husband decided, you know, we don't have the money right now to spend on like decorations and things like that. Honestly, every single useful thing that you need, there's usually a pretty version of it. Like get the pretty wooden spoon, get the pretty toaster, get the pretty wall calendar that reflects your personality. Yeah. You know, you could get like the acrylic clear one. You could do like, I have a whole DIY on my channel of how I do it with paint chips. You know, you could have like a printed out calendar. You know, there's so many different ways that you can put your personality into your home and your style and what you like. Thrifting is wonderful for, I keep thinking of your kitchen, I guess, because that's like, maybe that's a Mennonite culture thing of like, that's like the heart of the home.
It is the heart of the home.
If people are going to be in your house, they're going to see your kitchen.
Yeah.
Like you're not usually having people over and they're not going to be in the kitchen and living room. But I feel like with your living space too, like if you have a sofa and like whatever, it's fine and that's pretty much all you need because the kids are going to get toys out and have them all over the place anyway.
And that's the other thing. I hate to constantly be like harping at my kids to pick up the toys. I feel like if you have a boundary, like for me, it's the kitchen. Like if they're still playing with their toys. So I'm not going to tell them to clean up, but it's just getting to me, you know? Okay, all the toys out of the kitchen. Clean up the kitchen. If the kitchen is clean, I don't really care if the living room is messy, honestly.
I'm that same way because you have a nice open floor plan.
Yeah.
I would love a nice open floor plan, but I've learned to appreciate the things that are awesome about not having a wide open floor plan. We turned our dining room into a toy room, so it's actually really nice. If I can just tell the kids, get the toys in the toy room. You know, the rest of the house is tidied up and clean. Maybe the toy room, there's still toys on the floor and stuff. It actually doesn't bother me because it's like in the toy room. It's fine. Yeah. And we just like pick it up once a week, sometimes more if it's getting on my nerves. But like, yeah, it's just like a designated, like you said, boundaries. It doesn't have to be a separate toy room.
No.
But like, yeah, having that boundary and like also kids knowing what's expected and where to put things, you know, so they can do it on their own and it's not like falling all on you.
Yeah. Guess what I taught my kids to do this week?
Oh my goodness. I'm already proud of you and I don't know what it is.
Fold wash. To fold their laundry. And I was expecting
their personal like shirts and
yeah. And I know your kids you don't fold your kids' laundry, but my kids are bigger, so their jeans are like, you kind of have to.
They're longer.
And it's also a good skill. Like Finley was folding towels today. And I was amazed how well he did. Like I actually didn't redo it. They were good. Like I didn't realize I underestimate my kids. That's a fault of mine. And Eric is always telling me, like, they can do more. And then they were folding their wash, and they loved it. They were begging to fold wash the next day. They couldn't wait to do it. I'm sure that will wear off.
Yeah.
But
you were so proud of them.
Yes, I was like,
they had this in them. I didn't realize.
Like, how did I not know that they're 5 and 7? I knew they could, but I kept telling myself, well, like, if they fold the laundry, then what am I going to do? Like,
yeah,
I'm working myself right out of a job here. But you know what? I just sit there and watch them, and I'll find other things to do.
Oh, yeah, my word, Jayna. But yeah, you can start that at, like, washcloths. My kids learned to fold washcloths at 2 years old, and, like, it's so cute. Ivani hangs her dresses up on hangers. But other than that, we don't fold our laundry. But, yeah,
that really doesn't, I don't know if that fits the topic or not, but I knew I wanted to tell you that.
It's real life. It happened recently, so no apologies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've lived in a little house. I've lived in a big house. I've lived in only old houses, but I've learned to appreciate the character that comes with an older house. But I have a friend who is a medical student's wife, and so that means a lot of moving around every year. They're in like a different location and stuff. And she moved into this old, beautiful farmhouse, but her laundry was in like this back, closed in, I guess we'll call it ugly. It really wasn't that ugly, but yeah, it was just like a closed in porch type of situation, and it wasn't pretty. But she like looked at her long, skinny, ugly room that she had her little corner with her laundry in it, and she's like, I am going to have a cute laundry. She went to Target, bought some cute clear bins to put her laundry pods in, and she got like a little wooden scoop and her like laundry soap and things, and she had these little jars sitting on top of her washer. She got a little like $35 Target rug and stuck it right there, so it's like, this is the pretty area. Like, and literally your brain didn't even see the rest of that long narrow room. You just saw her cute, adorable laundry. And I think like the oldness of that room, like juxtapositioned against like the cute laundry, just made it that much more cozy and cute. And I'm just like, I want to do laundry in your laundry. Like, it looks, it's so cute and homey. And all she needed was a little creativity, a little like pretty organization. Yeah, I don't know. I was just very inspired. I'm like, wow, like I have no excuses just because I have like, I don't know, it's something I asked for Christmas was, I got so sick of Josh always wants his cookies right there by the coffee pot because he likes to have his cookies with his coffee in this ugly Tupperware container. You know, there's like a bag of toast bread right beside the toaster or whatever. And it's just like, I don't like to see that on my counter. I always put it away before I film. I don't want to see that in the background, right? So what I asked for Christmas was like a bread box. And so I can throw the bread and the cookies and stuff in there, and contains it. It's still right there for Josh. I'm not like inconveniencing him, but it looks so much less cluttery, and like that makes me smile every day. Like, it's so nice. So I don't know. Sometimes when you live in a space for so long, it's so hard to like think creatively about troubleshooting certain areas, and it doesn't always take a lot of money at all. It just takes some troubleshooting and creativity.
Yeah, and sometimes there's that one task that just stares you in the face. Like, for example, cleaning the windows. I hate cleaning windows, but when I actually clean the windows, I'm like, whoa, those windows are really pretty. And
yeah, your house does have big, tall windows.
Yeah, I love my windows, and they are so much nicer when they're clean. And maybe that is a tip. Let them get really dirty, and then clean them, and like,
then you appreciate it.
It's drastic. Or maybe just clean them more often. I don't know. You choose.
Yeah.
But sometimes that chore is staring you in the face. Just do it, and when it's done, it will actually, it's amazing how much like the little things can really improve the general feel of how you feel about your home.
Yeah, there was a trend going around on, not TikTok, I guess, because I'm not really on there, Reels, I guess, on Instagram, about like, in our house we have one rule: never ever 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 use the big light. It was like a trend. So like basically little lamps and stuff everywhere.
Okay.
Which for me, lamps are a pain in the butt kind of, but I do have 2 like floor lamps that it is kind of cozy just to like turn off the lights and then turn on those lamps, and it like makes you see, I don't know, I like to do that in the morning when I'm like having I don't drink hot coffee in the morning or anything, but I have my devotions and drink my ice water and get the day off on the right foot, and just like a different kind of lighting, it does make a difference. So I mean, you can I just saw a really pretty floor lamp when I was thrifting the other day. You know, you can find them out there, and it adds like a different ambiance or whatever. On the other hand, it's also more work, so I don't know, take it or leave it. But you could, you know, pick some weeds, some flowers, light the candles that you already own if you believe in lighting candles. Like, just there's lots of little easy ways to create an ambiance. And we had a whole episode about hospitality. So I mean, we could tie some of that stuff in there too. But I'm just thinking for you to love the home you're in. Like, it's totally different than just like trying to make a good impression on people coming into your house. Like, you know, the secret spaces and stuff like that are annoying you.
I think it all comes down to like what serves you. Like, certain people have different things that are pain points for them, and I think identifying them and taking ownership of that. And like, for me, dirty floors really drive me crazy, so I'm vacuuming like all the time. I mean, I don't like dirty floors. If my floors are clean, I just feel so much better about the cobwebs in the corners. But maybe some of you, cobwebs in the corners really bother you and the dirty floors don't. So just embrace that and work with it, and don't stress yourself out about the things that, you know, when it comes down to it, they really don't actually bother you. And focus on the things that do improve your general attitude. Like, if you really are bothered by clutter, which I try not to be bothered by clutter, but that is one thing that if my countertops are clear, that really does make me feel better. So focus on the things that really mean a lot to you, and then the other things that you don't care about as much. It doesn't really matter if someone else cares about them.
Did you know that mental health and like clutter and hoarding are very linked?
Yes, I 100%
I
that.
definitely see that in myself, like for sure. Like there is nothing like the dopamine rush you get when you like throw a bunch of stuff in a Goodwill box.
Trash day is the best day.
Yeah. And so like prioritize the things, the areas that like, especially with little children around, you just might never have honestly, once a year probably when I do my home tour or something, it's probably like once a year literally that all the rooms in my house are picked up and cleaned perfectly, like looking good. And that's not to even say inside the cabinets and stuff. Like it's just something I've accepted. Like I have a basement, the kids play in it. It's just not always picked up. And if it is picked up, then the toy room should probably be picked up, or the garage could be used. You know, it's never 100% to my liking. But like knowing what is like most important to you and like making that happen. And also, we're not talking about hospitality here and other guests coming in really, but your spouse, if they have something that's really important to them, like, I don't know, for me, it's like whiskers in the sink. Like, please clean them up. And you know what? He does it. He knows it drives me nuts, and it doesn't want to make me clean them up, so he cleans it up. For him, it's like,
but does he always shave the day you clean the sink?
I don't clean the sink super often. So
well, I don't either, but
I
like,
actually clean the sink always. Like, I have a new bathroom now, so I always like to keep it tidy.
My bathroom is, well, it's a sore subject.
You know, you can be relatable now if you'd like.
It's just not. My bathroom is...
Oh, yeah. Josh was supposed to do your shower at some point. Did he ever do it then?
No. Okay. Vulnerable moment here. It has glass sliding shower doors, and it's just disgusting. Like, it really is. Like, it's impossible to clean.
It will never get clean.
Eric's like, well, just clean it. I can't.
Yeah, that's like, exactly how
it's disgusting. Like...
1970s. Like, well, who thought that up? Like, you can't... It's like...
But
is it
Eric
mold? Is it not mold? Like, what is it?
I don't know. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I agree.
Eric really likes the glass sliding doors.
Of course he does.
Of course he does. So I would love to redo my bathroom, but I can't. Like right now, it's not an option. So we're just dealing with it.
But you know what?
Thank goodness no one sees it. Like,
I was gonna say, your guest bathroom is so cute.
Whereas
my guest bathroom is like blue toilet.
I'm very unmotivated to do anything about it, so I don't even pick the fight because it's not worth it because no one sees it except me and him. So whatever.
I highly recommend. There is a whole like decluttering and cleaning like genre on YouTube. Go find Cass from the Clutterbug and find out your style of organization and then use that knowledge to your advantage. For me, I am a ladybug. I like big bins. Like you can tell the way my kids sort their clothes. There's pants bin. There's a shirt bin. There, you know, if you open my bathroom closet, there's like meds and then like bandages, like big categories, and they're behind closed doors. Like, give me the closets. Like the thought of having open shelving gives me the hives just thinking about having to keep like my kitchen all pretty stuff only behind closed doors is where it's at for me.
What is the deal with open shelving?
Well, it's cute if you have like nice but like wooden tureens and stuff.
I guess I'm just too practical. Like that is just so impractical. So impractical. Yeah, it does look nice, I guess.
Well, some people that's important to them.
I mean, I like things to look nice, but I also like them to function and be practical. Like if it looks nice and is not practical, I don't care.
Yeah, it won't work. Eventually it won't work.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get rid of it. That's how it happens for me all the time, too.
Yeah. Like, we just had a discussion the other day. My sister is potentially building a house, so we were discussing range hoods. You know, a classy, nice kitchen will not have a microwave above the stove. It will have a range hood.
We both have microwaves above our stoves.
Yes, that's how classy we are.
That's how classy.
And I was explaining this to Eric. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, it is actually a really big waste of space. You know, you have, like, this big range hood that really, like, you could have shelving up there. You could have a microwave. Like, it is a waste of space.
It's a vent hidden in, yeah. Exactly.
Right. But you can get
a microwave that does the same thing.
Yes. And he was just like, what in the world? And I was like, well, that's why we're never going to redo the kitchen, because I would actually, that is one thing that I would actually like. Like, it does really look nice. Yeah. On the other hand, it is terribly impractical. So we were having this discussion about how, like, yeah, you have a microwave above your stove. That's like, you're classy, man.
You know what? We got a minivan and a microwave. What do you say?
Let's just embrace it. He's like, but I use the microwave. I'm like, yeah, no one's saying you can't have a microwave. It just needs to be hidden in an island drawer along with the trash can.
Oh, some people are saying you shouldn't have a microwave. Actually, I'm trying to use my microwave a lot less this year. The air fryer is so helping.
I actually don't use a microwave a ton. I don't necessarily try not to. I just don't use it a whole lot.
You don't do leftovers, maybe.
And we just do Chick-fil-A for lunch every day. I'm just kidding.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't think this is the podcast to get in too deep on like organization and homemaking and stuff. This is more about like just the atmosphere of your home and like little practical ways to love the home that you got, right. I guess. And I thought it's important to bring out the fact that, you know what, the home you're in now, how many of us are literally actually in our forever home that we're going to be in for the rest of time? You know, enjoy it enjoy the time you have in the home you have with the people you have.
Right. Bigger and better things might be around the corner. And if not, this world is temporary. Your home is temporary. You have an eternal home to look forward to. So put your treasure there.
True. And your time and your money.
and your mind and your efforts, because I don't know, if you're striving for that trendy white kitchen with open shelving, in the end, it doesn't matter if you have a microwave or a range hood over your oven, but the attitude and the general atmosphere of your home will go a lot further to ensuring that your children are in the mansion in heaven with you, I think.
And I think it's also important to remember, if you're watching this when it goes out, remember, spring is around the corner. Warmer weather's around the corner.
Yep.
You won't be in your home as much. You won't have the four walls staring at you as much.
Yeah.
And, some of those things that have been driving you nuts because you've been indoors and cooped up.
That's another thing, to just appreciate the home you're in. Leave it for a couple hours and come back. And like, I don't know, there's something about walking through the doors and just feeling that sense of comfort.
And belonging and like, that is another tip that actually goes against, I was saying like a home should be like predictable and everything, but there's something, like, I grew up, I don't do this very much, but my mom would often, like, rearrange the furniture, spring cleaning every year. She'd put the sofa in the other corner. She'd move the chair over here. And, like, us kids loved it.
I remember doing that to my bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't really do that now. But in our little bedrooms, we used to rearrange them, and it felt like a totally new bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe,
exciting.
Find something to switch up.
Yeah, just flip the bed the other direction, or, like, move things. It's so funny. I don't do that enough. Like, I feel like I figure out the way that it works the best, and then I don't adjust it.
I forget that's even an option. And you know what? Does it really matter if it doesn't work the best if you have it like that for 6 months? Then when you move it back the other way, you'll be like, wow, this is so cool.
The light bulb just went on above
your head. I know. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to move some furniture around.
Yeah. See things from a whole different light.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Or, my mom didn't do this as much, but I do this some, like move a piece of furniture from one room to a different room, or use it for something completely different. That's also helpful. Or like, maybe you have like a little curio cabinet in your dining room, move it to the entryway or something. And I don't know. You don't always need new things, but if you do need new things, thrifting is also, you know what? I went thrifting with my sister-in-law this week.
Yeah.
Is this off topic? I don't know. But thrifting is so hit and miss. Like, I was so discouraged. I was not finding things. Also, I was like in that whole mood of like, I just decluttered like everything that I saw. I was just like, I'll end up decluttering it in 2 years. And I just did not buy much at all.
I mean, I have hot takes on thrifting if you want to hear them, but you probably already know what I think. I can't stand it.
Like, what
I'm not good at it. Like, okay, for one thing, this is gonna make me sound really like snobby, but
you don't like the hygiene.
No, it's gross. I'm sorry, but you walk into Goodwill and that vibe is not it, okay? It stinks. And I can hardly make myself touch the things.
Oh, yes. Jayna thought the smell of a Goodwill was the combination of everybody's home combined. I'm like, no, child. They spray everything with like a disinfectant.
I don't know what it is,
smelling.
But it ain't for me. No, I love a good thrifting find, and if someone gave me something that they thrifted, like, I'm not above it. I'm not trying to say I'm better than it. It's just, ew. I mean, the process. I hate the process. And oftentimes I'll go and I'll look at clothing and I'm like, $7 for a shirt that's already halfway worn out. I can get one at Target on sale for $7. Like, I struggle to see the value in it. But I probably am just not good at it. I don't do it often enough.
It depends how much you value your time, too, because sometimes it's just, like, not worth the time for me.
It's not that. I mean, I have all the time in the world.
It's It's just not, you don't enjoy the thrill of the hunt. That's
no,
for sure.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't like thrifting clothes as much, but I'm sorry, like the prices on kids' clothes, sometimes it's like, wow, I can get like a $35 dress for $12 and it feels like, or $6 or whatever.
I wonder
and then it feels worth it, but it's like, takes so much digging and
I wonder
time.
if boys' clothing are different because I just don't feel like I could save that much money.
No, not at those sizes either.
Yeah.
But now we're so off topic. Clothing has nothing to do with it.
It really is.
Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, thrifting is an option if, depending what area you live in. I feel like Lancaster County thrifting is a little broken, but garage sailing is still sometimes fun, depending.
Yeah. I don't want it to be over.
We're sitting here like, we didn't talk long enough yet.
Yeah,
we're not ready for this to be done. What else can we say? But
we have talked actually pretty long.
We do feel very honored that you guys, like, if you're choosing to listen to our voices for 40 minutes or whatever, like, that is quite the honor. So we always want to make sure that we weed out the weeds, you know.
Yeah, and I live for the comments, guys.
Yes.
Leave me a comment. I read them all. I like go back on old videos and read the comments, looking for drama. I do.
Oh yeah, the latest drama is how much I touched the microphone.
Yeah,
so hopefully I did better today, but I don't know. Hey, sometimes like when I'm watching a video, it's like all they do is like mess with their hair. So at least I'm not messing with my hair.
Yeah.
That's not really an option.
No,
guess.
it's not.
To end this video out, why don't you guys all comment down below something you've learned to appreciate about your home or a tip that has helped you see your home in a different light or just a creative thing that, I don't know. It's sometimes when I go into somebody else's home and I just see how they have stuff done or like rearranged, it just gives me ideas for stuff that I have in my own home. Yeah. So since we can't all visit each other's homes, put some words down below.
And my takeaway is I'm going to find something to rearrange.
Oh, there
something
you go.
to move around.
And my takeaway is that my husband has told me how much he appreciates clean floors. I used to be the girl that like vacuumed my kitchen floor 3 times a day. I kind of fell off that train a little bit. I'm going to get back on it again this week.
Go, yo, you can do it. You have a robot vacuum. You literally can do it.
Oh, I'm talking, no. But that's like, yeah, I guess. I'm not talking like the stick vacuum part, you know, just like quickly.
Well, that's probably why you don't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's
because
true.
you set your robot. That's why I don't want one, because then I wouldn't upkeep during the day. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't as quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this conversation. Check the links out down below for anything that we mentioned or showed, the recipes and everything. We're so glad that you guys are part of the conversation. And
thanks for being here. And we'll see you
in the next one. Bye.